Pol Pot, who was born as Solid Tsar in May of 1925 and died in April of 1998, was the creator of the Khmer Rouge and one of its five leaders during the Khmer Rouge's reign over Cambodia from the years 1951 to 1979. This was until it was taken out of power by Vietnam and stayed active as a rebel group, taking part in guerrilla warfare against Cambodian governments until the 1990s, when Pol Pot lost control of the Khmer Rouge. Pol Pot then died to what was perceived as a suicide by drug overdose in 1998 due to being surrendered over to the US government for the crimes he had committed against Cambodia. In resemblance to the ways of the Puritans in the Scarlet Letter, for his wrongdoings, I have assigned Pol Pot the letter G for genocide. This is due to his part in the Cambodian genocide, which was led by the Khmer Rouge and resulted in around 1.5 to 3 million deaths out of Cambodia's population of 8 million. The events that led up to the Cambodian genocide all started when the US ran out Cambodia's government at the time with continuous bombings that also killed multiple peasants, leading most of the remaining peasants to flee to Cambodia's capital city, Phnom Penh. Due to all the awful events and mass hysteria occurring during this time, the Cambodian populace grew mass support for Pol Pot, which gave him the perfect opportunity to siege control of Cambodia using his guerrilla troops. After taking control and gaining power over Cambodia, Pol Pot made a number of immediate changes, such as changing Cambodia's name to the Democratic Republic of Kampuchea and enacting his radical experiment to transform it into a socialist agrarian republic. This can be seen as a transition of what became known as the Cambodian Genocide, and is the reason as to why Pol Pot has been assigned the letter G. Following this, the Khmer Rouge under Pol Pot's rule began to forcibly depopulate the cities of Cambodia, or as Pol Pot would say, purify them. The fact that he uses the word purify when describing what he plans on doing to his citizens really shows his true nature and colors and shows as to why he must deem the letter G. During the purification, the country entered into an extreme form of communism where all forms of communication were taken away. Religion, education, and health care were terminated, and most institutions were shut down, especially those of foreigners. This entrance into communism was accompanied by the beginning of the many, many deaths that would occur during the genocide, when all of Cambodia's citizens were forcibly evacuated into the countryside, where 20,000 of Phnom Penh's population alone had died along the way. Those who had not died on the way were forced into intensive slave labor in the places that are now infamously known as the Khmer Rouge killing fields. In these fields, they'd worked 18-hour days and had the fear of getting shot at any moment's notice for any form of misconduct. By the end of Pol Pot's reign, these fields harbored around 3 million dead bodies of those who died here due to either execution, starvation, or disease. All of this murder and sadness was caused due to the orders of Pol Pot and demonstrates his heinous ways of thinking and acting. Though he may not be as well known as some of the more notable evils in our world's past, such as Hitler, Pol Pot and the actions of the Khmer Rouge are still studied by individuals and taught to those in educational environments today, due to a similar reason as to why we study things like the Holocaust, which is to help people see the awful things that have occurred in the past in order to show how these tragic events really affected those involved, and help ensure that something of a similar nature doesn't happen again. In a different light, while still relating to how Pol Pot and the Cambodian genocide connects back to today, is that even to this day, people visit the memorial of this event in Chung Ek to pay respect to those who were involved in such a gruesome event and witness the horrors that came with such an event. Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge will forever go down in history as some of the most heinous individuals to exist, due to the extreme amount of death and despair that they caused with their actions, and is the real reason as to why Pol Pot must wear this G as a badge of shame.